Hey there everybody, this is Mr. Flores from onemoreblog.com, and this video I'm going to walk through the new CMI Homes features that just got introduced in CMI version 9.0.6 something. So make sure your CMI and CMI library files, the jar files, are up to date, and you'll be able to get all these features. You can type home. Nothing is there. All right, let's go to a location and set home right here. Set home something. Perfect. And let's go over there and then set home base. Let's do that first. All right, so what are my homes? And now we have an interface. There is a maximum amount of homes. It says how many homes I have right now. This is permission controlled, and it shows you who the homes are for. If you have another player and the right permission, you can actually pop this up for somebody else to keep an eye on their homes. Handy for staff members. So, something new in this homes overview. The border that was only at the bottom is now going all the way around, and there's actually a little buffer border in between here. And don't worry if you think this is very bulky or you like the old version, you can actually change it. And we're going to go through all of this. So this is going to be one of those long and boring videos, but I hope it helps. Inside in the middle, instead of everything being in the top left, inside here in the middle is actually where the homes are showing. So something and base are now here, and you can actually change this as well. So shift right click will remove it. It's gone, and clicking on it will get me to that spot, which is pretty cool. Sounds included, apparently. That's very nice. But what else is new before we dive into it? There is already an icon here that's new, which is the dev location, and it actually shows you the world and the location. So that's pretty cool. So apparently this is where I died. You can of course also type home base and you'll get there, but homes is a nice cool overview. And now this little arrow up is actually the close button. All right, so behind the scenes, a lot has changed, but does that mean that you can now customize it? You don't like this home button, the close button? That's fine, let's change it. You don't like the glass panel that's dark, or the buffer here that's like light glass pane? No worry, we can change that. And we're gonna go through that as well. All right, let's set another home because we are not done yet before we dive into things. So I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna get myself another block just to make sure that we see the difference. And now I can do set home tests block. And now it has created another home, and instead of using a random icon, it will actually create the block that we selected. Okay, so that is very cool. Let's see if we can do it like this. Set home test number 2 for diamond block. Will that work? It did. So that's perfect. So we can force it. We can also use what we are standing on, or it will randomize it. So if I go over here, just totally random new location, and I do set home test number 3, you'll see that we have another random location or a random item. Okay, so we have a few things. Let's see what happens when we create way more things than we can handle on these pages. And it doesn't matter what I name it. Let's just do a bunch of stuff. All right. This is crazy, but let's see what happens, right? Okay, the interface has changed. So now we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 homes in the middle, and a button to go to the previous page, the next page, and something in the middle here. So let's go to the next page and then click on the middle one, which brings you to the home page. So if you have 29 pages, then you can scroll through it and then click here and it hops you back to the middle. So that's really cool. And again, we're going to show you that we can change these icons here. You can customize this just the way that you like it. Alright, but there's a few special things, and I need a bed for this one. Okay, so let's place a bed, and then also type set home, which is what a lot of people will use. Okay, homes. Oh, look at that. We got a cool home item in the top here, because home is usually the one that's used the most. Instead of browsing through all of this and trying to find it and which one is it, oh, this is home. Okay, now we actually have home in the top here. Super handy. So in the top we have not just the close button, but we have our dev location, the home location, and wouldn't it be cool if we actually have our bed location here as well? Let's see if that happens. It does. This is perfect. So somebody that has one home and maybe is allowed to set a bed, they can do homes and click on the bed and they will get there. Additionally, they can also do home bed, I think. Nope, they can't. home. Here we go. There it is. I think that's something you have to set in the config file. I'm not entirely sure. But if you're not sure and you have a home set, then it will show here and your home location and your dev location. Super handy at the top. I think a lot of people will like it. And again, we can browse through this, go back to the middle, and we have a cool interface that shows it all, and hopefully that makes it easier for players to work with. Alright, hold on. If you're one of the people that doesn't like this and you're like, I hate this update, I'm sorry, you want the old interface, don't worry. Let's go find out what we can do here. So I'm going to go to this test server, plugins, CMI. There is now a settings directory with homes inside of it. And I have no idea if it fits on the screen, but we're going to try anyway. It looks like this might be the size. All right, so let's go all the way to the top. You want to use the GUI? Nope, you don't want that. No big deal. We'll do CMI reload. And now when you type homes, all the homes are listed here and you can click on them. That's the really old way to do things. Let's set complex to false. Now we should get the GUI back, and there we go. If you're one of the people that doesn't like the old interface, here is the new interface, here is the old one. Take away all the complexities and it's back to the top left. No buttons, no crazy stuff anymore. Everything is here and it will grow automatically. So you can continue as you like it by setting complex to false. True. Expanded view. When enabled, we will expand area from homes from 10 to 28. Alright, let's see what happens when we do that. CMI reload and then do homes. Ah, here we go. Those buttons at the bottom are kind of cleaned up. Everything at the top is still there because those are your homes, and there's a way to close this. And because there is more space, there is now a whole one page of all those extra homes. So if the default interface is too bulky, but you like it more than the old interface, you can also kind of clean it up. So we need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh my gosh. No, this one works. Set home, meow 1. We'll just do this a bunch of times again to get to the new page. Yeah, is this a long video? I think so. If you think this is helpful, then leave a comment, maybe like the video, and let us know what you think of these updates. I would appreciate a like and a comment. Okay, there is a playlist on my channel that actually has all the CMI videos that I make Some are old, some are new, some are really in-depth like this one, and some of them are really short and all that sort of stuff. Anyways, there we go. The pagination is back. So now we can go to page 2, click back to page 1, go back to page 2. But you get more homes on one page, nicely in the middle. I think that is pretty nice. And you don't have to search for your home because it's right there. Perfect. Okay. So what else is there? So let's set this to false and see what happens. CMI reload. Isn't it nice that we don't have to restart the server? So, of course, if you have groups where player has 1 or 2 homes, maybe this interface is nice. If they, of course, have loads of homes and 20 pages, this could get annoying. So maybe it's kind of nice to consider that and use this other option. And again, this is homes, that's underneath settings, underneath CMI in your plugins folder. So go to your server, plug in CMI settings, and now there's a dedicated configuration for that. Okay. Keep it empty if you want a global infill material. This means that if you have CMI library where it is dark black stained glass or pane or something, that you can change this. For example, we can change this to orange, and we can change this to wheat seeds. Is that plural? I don't even know. Oops, that is indeed how it is. Okay, let's see if we can do this. CMI reload. Homes. Oh wow, a totally different look. But as you can tell, you can change this to whatever you want. Let's go crazy and say that we want end crystal. CMI reload, homes, and there we go. Well, isn't that something? That's a look for sure. I kind of like the default a little bit better. So I'm going to reset this. Oops. And I'm going to make this stone for now. All right. There is an opportunity for you to add an extra button. And I really like this because I would set this to true and actually mention, oh wait, we can keep this, and actually mention here, for example, that as console, oh no wait, we don't have to do that. Message player name. A great way to learn about homes. So we can do whatever here. We can play a sound, we can do an action bar message. You know, we can use the regular CMI commands that we use in other locations of the plugin to, what I would do, actually link them to a video on YouTube or a forum page where we explain how homes work so they can learn how to use it. So I think this is a really cool additional feature. Let's see if that loads, and hopefully I didn't break anything. Oh, that interface is looking weird, but that's just because I'm using stone and stuff. All right, here's the information button. I click on it, it shuts it down, and it runs the commands that we want, which is great. This could be whatever we want, right? So this could be CMI ctel raw player name, and then click me. I'm doing this super fast. I'm not. Hi, click me. Oh, that should be Hoover, of course. Hoover me. And then here we can have URL https google.com. Let's see if this is how we do that. All right, CMI reload. So as you can see, you can customize this to your server however you want. Hoover me, click me, and we can go to Google. That is so cool. Okay, back to this. So the extra info button, definitely worth it. All right, and a material, if you want this to be the end crystal, then that is possible too. Just set the material name, Again, reload, and now you have your information button. So in my situation, this would make sense if I call this a book, right? Let's reload, load homes, there you go. Now I have it customized for my server. People click on it and they will get a link to get there. All right, so I'm just quickly going through that, but info button, tiny cute little feature that you can use. You can customize the close button, the bed button if you want. So if you want an orange bed, that's possible. If you don't want to use this, that's possible. If you want to use this in slot number 2, that is also possible. So let's see how that looks. There you go. Now you've moved it to the location that you want. It's the item that you want. And you can even say when they have a bed, don't show it. So that is very dynamic. I really like it. There is one for home button. You can include or exclude the def button. And then, of course, where you want your previous, middle, and next. Previous, middle, and next are these. Previous, middle, next. So you can move them to the side menu, to the top menu, whatever you want, basically. Use a little bit of common sense and logic, but all right. So before this, the config file, config.yml from CMI had all these settings for homes, and now that has been moved to CMI settings homes. So it's a little bit easier to find everything that's related. You can turn on and off the bed interaction, or if shift is required, does it actually break the location if the bed breaks, yes or no? That sort of stuff. Default name for home could be base, and default name for bed could be sleep or bed or something. So you can change that here too. And there are also world limits. It's definitely worth to read all these comments above it, because it explains what is going on here and what things mean. And hopefully I didn't get anything wrong in this video. So that is how all of this works, and you end up with a pretty cool homes menu. Now let's do something that can potentially break, because this is very new. But so far we've been reloading. Let's see what happens if we close this, don't have to save it, and go to the file and just delete it. Can we actually, where is this game? Here it is. CMI reload. Let's see what happens. Does it reset everything? Yes, it resets everything. So if you actually screw up, you could delete the file and start again. The homes are saved in the database. They will not disappear. And you can just start changing this again. All right. CMI version, is this up to date? Yes, I am on CMI 9.0.6.0 and CMI library 1.0.4.1. So as long as you have this or anything newer, and I think it's fair to say that the latest version right now is 1.17.1, so that's what I would recommend. And if you are on Spigot or Paper or something, make sure it's the latest build available. You can do version or ver, and it will actually tell you if you're running on the latest or not. So keep everything up to date and current, and make sure all the modules and configuration and all that stuff is properly set up, and then you can have this fun new homes interface, and you don't need, for example, a third-party plugin that takes the CMI homes to the next level. You can now better customize it, and I think that helps a lot of servers. If all your menus are orange here, you can change it. If you want this white buffer thing or not, you can turn that off. If you want more homes on the page, of course, then you can turn it off. If you want to have these buttons at the top, you can customize those and say that you want to use them or not. It's very flexible. This is a big update, and it's no wonder that it went from 5.x to 6.x in the version number. Phew, if you want to test this live, I run CMI on my server, and we're going to switch from the old to the new one, and that's 1, moreblog.com, just a numeric 1. And on onemoreblog.com, we run CMI, so give it a try, set a bunch of homes, and on the Discord of CRIPS, which is on crips.net, there's a link to it. You can ask the community for help with your homes feature or anything else that CMI as a plugin offers. Make sure you get a role first. All right. Oh, got a creeper.